Hello, everyone. My name is Augustine, President. Welcome to today's SAP chat. And today we've brought back the incoming SAPs who have just started their training and are looking forward to their role as officers to represent you, the students. Um, I have George Okata with me today, and George is the incoming internalization officer. I have Nana, who is the incoming postgraduate officer, Sam, the sports officer, and Obina, the vice president for education. Um, we had them the last time on the SAP chat, and we had a little chat with them, asking them what their intentions and what plans they have for the year when they start their office. And right now they are here again with us, and we want to find out how they've been doing and how the training has been going on for them, and if anything has changed in their plans and what they intend doing now that they've started the training. So George, what have you been up to, and how has the training been for you?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is George Okata. I'm your Internationalization and Culture Officer. So starting with what I've been doing, well, with the lockdown, I learned how to cook. Yeah, that's one thing I am really proud of because it kind of improved my culinary skills. I've been juggling through my CMI and my dissertation because I'm actually a master's student and I'm rounding up. So yeah, I've been also trying to juggle about time with that and this as well. And for the training, it's been very impactful, I would say, but lots of information I probably never knew about. And it's very fun. I'm enjoying the training. There's a lot of ice break sessions and, things. It's not just very too strict. It's really nice because there are a lot of breaks and game activities as well. And then I love the way the informations are being passed, even if it's an online training platform. So, but for me, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you, George. We're glad that you're enjoying the training, even though it's not delivered in the usual way of the physical training method. Because of the pandemic, we had to obviously move digitally and try to still keep up with the training. So Nana, you have your hands on your cheek. Are you hungry? Are you sad? What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing.
All right then. Since we've gotten your smiling, what have you been up to, and how's the training been for you?
So everybody's social distancing. I in particular, I'm not really up to that no more. So this weekend I was in Leicester with a couple of friends. You can't be indoors all the time because it gets a bit boring, and you need to socialize a bit. Yeah, but I was observing social distance. I was still 2 meters in there. Yes. So I was out in Leicester for a while. Yes, and I've also been to London. Yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun. I've learned a lot of things. I'm very keen on developing my public speaking skills because I want to be able to deliver the message to a large number of people, which would also improve my goal of my chances of achieving the goal of students reach. I want to be able to get in contact to a lot of students and be able to interact with them one-on-one and in large numbers. So I'm working on my public speaking skills. Yeah, and the training has also given me a lot of things to think about, especially the different campuses and the different dimensions and different demographics they've all got and the needs they all have. Sadly, most of them are not really for postgraduate students, but I know London has a campus where there are postgraduate students. So the things I had in my manifesto to bring to most students would definitely affect the students in London. I personally wish I could also visit the campuses and see how things work there, and also see how best we could work as a team to make policies and do things that benefit the people that are on the other campuses. So with all these things, yeah, there's been a new dimension to how I was looking at working, and yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I like how the training is being delivered. I like the games. You know, George, you're drawing. George, you're drawing. What were you drawing?
That was to make it fun, just to make it more like a brain teaser.
Yeah, so yeah, I like how we are all, we are all related with each other, and it will go a long way to have us get that bond, and be able to work hand in hand together to achieve like the greater goal of increasing or improving on the students' experience, both academics and social life in particular. Yeah, that's what's up.
Great stuff, Nana. Great stuff. I'm very glad that you guys are all enjoying the training. Sam, how's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been really interesting and really impactful. Like I've been learning a lot. Um, still in process of learning. The induction process has been different. I mean, it's online and it's not what we expected, but it's where we find ourselves now in the kind of in the world we see. And I've been able to reschedule my or rearrange my would I say my life or my 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 daily activities. Like I sleep early right now, so that I could wake up early and do some things, say my workouts before I start my meeting, before I start the induction meetings. Yeah, it's been a different um, it's been a different feeling, but it's one I'm adjusting to very well and I'm taking in very well. And I hope that as we go further, I would I would settle in more nicely, and hopefully we can resume face-to-face interactions, because like this as new as it is, as different as it is I don't think for me it's not the best, because I enjoy face-to-face interactions. I enjoy physical interactions with people, and this prevents me from having one. So hopefully, in the coming months, we'll resume face-to-face interaction.
Thank you, Sam. As for your role, obviously it's going to be very challenging because I'm looking forward to see if you're going to start an online tournament to get students playing soccer online or something, or maybe FIFA online. I don't know what you're going to do. So we'll come back to that. Let's see, Obina, how's the training be for you? You're mute, Obina.
Yes, sorry. The training has been very okay and challenging, as I've been learning the ropes so I can succeed on the job and help students transition to the virtual learning environment post COVID-19. And I would also like to use this opportunity to answer the question. It says, how do you foresee interacting with students?
I'll get back to that question. Just
Okay,
tell us what you've been up to, Obina.
Okay, then I've been training, watching the news, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and thinking of how to incorporate current happenings into my manifesto. And that's all basically.
So would you say the training has been good? Obviously, it's not the physical training. It's now virtual. What's your experience like?
It's been very good, and it's a good experience.
All right. Thank you very much. Before we move on, we have a question from Michelle. Michelle says, how do you foresee interaction with students in the virtual environment? with the pandemic. Since Obina was about to pick on the question, I'll let him go first.
I foresee it being very challenging, but we'll be up to the task. I mean, it's something that we need to create an environment that takes the needs of every student into account so that no one gets left behind. So we'll be working with you, communicating with you, and giving you all the information needed, and also addressing all your concerns as you tell them to us. Yeah, that's it,
Great
basically.
stuff. Who wants to give us some comments on the question as well?
Okay, so let me go in.
All right, George.
So I represent the international students as a whole. And one way I'm going to be able to engage with students will be using social media platforms, the CUSU social media platforms. I could, drop a question and then in form of a poll, more like try to get their view. I could ask, how is the learning platform, been so far for you? Just try to get the views of people generally, like how did they see it? And then I could get to relate back to school management and on the views of what the students are actually saying about it. It could also be about their well-being as well. And I'll be engaging students as well at this very difficult time. Try to create some platforms where I already get to hear from them. Maybe we could use Zoom, like this platform, or Teams. Yeah, that's one way I would probably get to reach out to and engage students in this pandemic.
Great stuff, George. Sam and Nana, do you still want to throw in some comments, or is it fine?
Well, my own sector is very different. I mean, with the fact that football resumes today, like we would have to see how the UK or the Premier League goes about football or sports in terms of football. With today, the Premier League is resuming, and obviously from there we'll start seeing how these changes trickle down to the university sports and how we can make changes, what changes can be made or what changes will be made come September, because we don't know where sports is going to regards to the other side of this pandemic, regards to in terms of university sports. So what will we do because a lot of sports are contact sports, and you can't say people should not come in contact with each other while they do sports that are contact sports. So obviously we're looking to the national government to give us the guidelines on how to go about sports going forward.
Great stuff, Sam.
Okay. So from me, Nana, the postgraduate officer, I want to increase student engagement, especially for the postgraduate students. I have 4 ways. Okay. So first, there was something very, very amazing. The person that's leaving office for me was doing, which I intend to continue doing because it was something I felt was good, especially as I'm a student, and I always have to remember I'm a student, and I remember the needs of the students. He was working with Free Fruity Friday. I think this was a bi-weekly project he undertook where he gave fruits out to students all over campus. It was random, it's not really a specific location. And well, the students felt like, they are in the minds of the sabbatical officers. We care about their well-being, we care about their health, the whole an apple a day keeps the doctor away vibe. Yeah, so it was good, and it had a lot of student engagement. A lot of students were interested in what was going on. A lot of students were able to approach us, and then some of their concerns were brought to us, and then we addressed most of them. Also, the postgraduate hangouts. During these times, or these uncertain times, we could take it to Zoom. We'll get majority of the postgraduate students. I want to be able to engage them every 2 weeks, if not once a month, every 2 weeks, to be able to listen to them, their issues, bring it to the highest level, which is the what do you call it, officers meetings and everything, so we could add it to our goals and our issues and be able to address them. So this would be like a very, very great place to engage a lot of students, especially the postgraduate international students who have a lot of issues and all of them, most of them have to do with academic issues. So it would also fall in line with Obina's work also. Social media, we already have a social media platform, which my goal is to develop it and get more following, get more engagement on it. We could also have people with talents and skills that want to exhibit or show what they have, what they could do. If they have an entrepreneurial skill or something, or maybe they code, they develop, they have something, a talent, and they want to put it out there. Postgraduate students, undergraduates alike, they could be on our social media platforms, and we could put them out there. People could know them. They could also increase their own following on their social media platforms. So I'm looking forward to be able to give our students a platform where they could also put out articles and ideas and issues and everything out there. Well, they will be censored though, but this is like some of the things I want to do to increase the engagement of the student body.
Great stuff, Nana. Michelle, I hope you are happy with what the current incoming subs are saying. Generally, I would try to round up what they have just said. They are all in line, and they all have great ideas on how to interact with students, obviously, during this period. As a current sub, and with the current subs who are also on board, we've been working via social media. CUSU as a whole has also been working via social media to make sure we give students the best we can via our platform, the sub chat, the social media handles, and our website as well. We try to update the information so that students can get whatever information they are willing to get from us. And also we have different channels. We have our advice team and the rest of them, which has been working very, very hard to ensure they give students the maximum advice they can give to ensure they go through this period as well. Going forward, during this course of training for the incoming subs, we've added more like a new type of training, which includes how to interact with students or how to reach out to students online virtually. So I guess and I believe after the training, the incoming subs will be able to have more skills and to empower the students virtually during this period that we find ourselves in. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and we'll also answer while the chat goes on. So guys, Sam, sorry about that, Sam. Obviously you made mention of sports is a physical game and there's contact in almost every sport. And right now, the way things are going, we would obviously see how the likes of the Premier League would play the non-contactless football. Maybe they'll do a 2-meter football. If you come close 2 meter, you get a yellow card or something. I don't know how someone is going to get the ball off someone's feet if he doesn't come close. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. But obviously, while you are still waiting for the government or likes of Premiership and the rest of them to come up with something, do you have any idea of what you can do for the sports team at the moment?
Regards to contact football, it has been allowed. So obviously, just like the German football, German league, the Bundesliga, you saw the example of how football looks, and it's not too different. It's just the same thing. It's just without the fans, which is an added difference because you need the atmosphere. Aside that, looking at what I could do, I've seen. I mean, I'm part of the football team, so I've seen a few things that the football team has been doing, like the Q&As that they do. Like they have people to take over the channel and talk about their time in the football team and experiences that they've had and great moments and not so great moments that they've had in the football team and advice to people who want to students who want to join the football team. So that is a wonderful thing that some of the clubs could be doing. I also seen some of the stuff that Millie does on her Instagram channel, on her Instagram page, where she engages more or less all the sports clubs to have a chat and maybe do some games, game nights, some fun things that involves everyone coming together on say Zoom to talk about stuff and play games. So just kind of interacting with people and giving everyone the platform to have fun online on places like Zoom for the mean for the same future, and obviously also advertising like home workouts and some things that you could do to just stay fit and stay healthy, because like once we resume it will be there will be little less time, just like the Premier League. There will be little less time to train to start proper. Hopefully, we can start contact sports very soon, or like having to play sports very soon. Yeah, just hopefully. But
Great
apart from
stuff,
that,
Sam.
everything goes online.
Very well, Sam. In terms of varsity, obviously we've been doing so great in our varsity games. So, I can see you smiling. So would you say, come the new term, when you are the sports officer, and obviously, let's say we don't have our fans during the varsity games, would you say it's an added advantage to us, or would you say it would affect us during the games?
Well, obviously, I've stated the importance of fans and people being the crowd being there to cheer your team up, and it gives you that added morale, and the atmosphere is wonderful. So, not having people coming to watch the games or having fans to come cheer our teams up as we compete against Warwick, it will be a bit different, but at the same time, it will be a situation where both teams don't have the opportunity to have their fans around. So home advantage doesn't mean much anymore, to be honest. So like it would be a level ground for everyone to compete at the same on the same level without having any advantage from more fans like the Warwick University have had over the years.
So you're trying to say it will be an advantage to Coventry then?
Yeah, definitely. It would be an advantage to Coventry, yeah.
All right, very well. Um, so Obina, what do you see students coming back to studies like in September? Do you think it will be advisable to have lots of students on campus, or you think the online system would be much more appreciated come September?
I think we'll follow the guidelines from the government and slowly bring back students on campus, slowly, but adhering to the highest standards or guidelines from the government. And speaking of, one of the avenues we might be using for teaching, probably Aula, probably. I have experience with Aula, and I can say that it's a good platform for engagements and for schoolwork. Teams is also a good platform. So I see us doing well with students and having good success.
Great stuff, Obina. George, for you, it's a different ball game. Except the whole travel ban is lifted and people start coming to the country, obviously you have to be very, very virtually engaging or digitally engaging to reach out to international students via your what's the platform again? If you help me, body
Social
scheme.
media. Yeah.
No, body
Body
scheme.
scheme. Okay, the
Yeah,
Vigo.
yeah, Vigo body scheme. So if, for instance, in September or for May starters who are not in the country and are studying online, what support can you give to them?
Okay. So your question basically it's about people who are already here or people who are actually going
People
to.
who are yet to come here and maybe have taken on their studies from home, studying online, and they are
Okay.
international students. What kind of experience would you give to them since they are unable to be here physically to get that experience?
Okay, great. So that's when the whole Vigo thing comes in, the body scheme Vigo comes in. So I would really push forward that the students who are actually in their various countries, probably still learning on their line platform to get into the Vigo app, and which is actually very free to register. And then we're working on mentors, Blessed, which he started my successor. So he's really done a very good work, which I appreciate him. So there are mentors who basically would help this, people to the students who actually are in their various home countries and try to help them, give them that better experience in terms of, I wouldn't really say advice, but try to guide them through, and one way I would also get to, interact as well with them, it's the social media, like I said. So it still cuts across if the international students are in the UK already or then their various home countries. So yeah, I'll be using that as well to reach out, emails as well, to try to engage them, to know how they are studying. And then I'll also try to, reach out to make sure that, because I know that most courses that probably will be doing, like computer science courses, could actually need some softwares, and also I have to make sure that the softwares they are actually, they know where exactly they can actually get it, and if anyone needs support on how to, get that installed, maybe if they were here, maybe Apps Anywhere would have worked better. So I try to make sure that any software anyone needs, international student needs, is being provided. And yeah, so that's one way I'm going to make sure make sure that they still get to have that learning and student experience. It's also the game nights as well. I'm also going to, consider, doing some gamings and all that, like using a Kahoot or something, just something to just make them feel more like interaction, where they could actually still get to meet, different people from different countries, and then we'll just be under one umbrella, just playing games, and then, balancing the fact that they have education to do, but they also get the student experience as well, even if they're in their various countries. That's what I would do.
Thank you very much, George. I wish you all the best in reaching out to those students, and obviously we'll be able to support you as much as we can. Nana, before I come to you, we have another question from Michelle. Michelle, thank you very much for engaging with us today. And the question says, with events in the media relating to Black Lives Matters, are these resources available at the university for students from the Black community to ensure inclusion and equality? I'll take the question again. It says, with events in the media relating to BLM, are there resources available at the university for students from the Black community to ensure inclusion and equality? Anyone can go first. Anyone who think they have an idea of what it is.
Internationalization, please.
Are
What's
you,
your take on this?
Nana? Why are you pointing to George?
Chaos.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I think that as much as the media is really putting these things out and making the world understand this whole drive, the whole issues, the Black Lives Matter movement. Obviously, everyone is being aware of it. People are starting to ask themselves questions and try to understand so many things around these Black Lives Matter movements. Obviously, it's not. We now see that it's no more a black lives thing. It is an everyone's thing. It's an everyone's problem. It's not a black problem. It's an everyone's problem. So obviously university owners, university directors, chancellors, everyone, all universities, I'm sure everyone is aware of everything that's going on. And obviously people are starting to put in measures to checkmate racism, segregation, discrimination against black and other ethnic minorities in all these other in the university sector. So hopefully we'll be seeing changes, or we'll be seeing some amendments or adjustments or reflections, obviously, on what's been going on and the impact of the Black Lives Matter movement in the university sector.
Thank you, Sam.
True hours never said.
Let me add some comments from what Sam has just said. Obviously, the university would always have resources for the Black community. Coventry, being a very diverse university, is one that is very inclusive and tries to be as inclusive as possible. And the equality scheme in Coventry University is at its peak, where there is no discrimination, no matter the race or the disability. I think, and I believe Coventry tries to make sure everybody's acting along very well. The student union as well has its advice center that give advice to students generally. So for the Black community, anybody who thinks they are facing anything or has any issue, your number one resource should be the Student Union Advice Center, who would look into it, advise you, and tell you how to go about any difficulties or any discrimination or whatever you're facing. As for Coventry University, like I said, it's a very inclusive and equal opportunity university that does not discriminate against anybody, race or disability. Everybody is actually carried along. Does any other person have anything to say with regards to the question?
I think you've said it all.
I believe in Coventry University, it has a zero tolerance in discrimination and of such. So if anyone probably has faced that as a student, there are appropriate channels one can actually get to report to, and then I'm sure they would take it up from there. So yes, I agree with what Sam has said, and as well with the president. Yeah, there are resources available. Coventry has got resources available for students and also for the Black community as well.
Thank you, George. It's been lovely to chat with you all. Nana, I've not forgotten you. So obviously you say you intend to speak to postgraduate students at least twice in a week. So you made mention of something called postgraduate hangout. So do you intend to make this a virtual meeting whereby you guys discuss about things relating to postgraduate students and how to improve their studies and experience, or is every student invited as well?
Yeah, so it's not just structured, it will be structured in a way that, it will be online, preferably Zoom because of the large number of people you could get on it. It will address the issues of the postgraduate students. We would have the opportunity to play some games in the process. We would be able to talk I want to be able to engage students on the level where they could easily, when they even see me outside, they could easily approach me and talk to me. I want to be like that with them because I feel like I'm still a student. I feel like I've gone through the same process. And I know how it feels, especially for postgraduate students. They feel like they need to get all the grades. They feel like they need to excel. But then when it is getting a bit tedious and stressful, there needs to be that person that could, give you some advice and be able to approach it in a strategic manner where you could actually do a lot in that process. So yeah.
Aftana. With your Fruity Friday, if everything doesn't go back to normal, I hope you'll be able to still give us fruits from the virtual system. Maybe if you do us some vouchers every 2 weeks, we'll be glad to join your postgraduate hangout as well. I'm just kidding.
Please, this one we have to get permission from above. I would like it as Amazon gets vouchers myself.
All right then, very well. It's been lovely to have you guys once again. Thank you, George. Thank you, Nana, Obina, and Sam for coming on the chat once again. After your training, I'll probably allow you guys run the sub chats one day and talk about anything you want to talk about relating to your areas of expertise and your roles as well. So looking forward to you guys finishing your training and anchoring this one day each for you, each of you, to express yourself more. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, for being part of today's sub chat, and thank you to everyone who has been part of it as well. See you guys next week, and we'll try to make sure we have something interesting for you. Thank you, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye, guys.